Let's talk about what's going to happen in the easing of restrictions. Well, as you know, over the last couple of Mondays, the Prime Minister has made statements about the easing of legal restrictions here in the UK. The first of them was to confirm that that would be happening. And the second was to talk a little bit more about what that would actually look like. And in that second statement, he said that although the legal restrictions would be lifted, the government would be continuing to urge everyone to exercise extreme caution. And we want to join in that encouragement because the virus continues to spread. And although legal restrictions are being removed, there still needs to be restrictions in place to try and halt the spread of the virus. And that's being strongly encouraged. The Baptist Union, of which we're a part, have also responded, and in their latest guidance, they've strongly advised churches to consider continuing with some measures to ensure people's safety and to restrict the spread. And it's also clear when we read reports in the news and see them on the TV that many organisations, including public transport providers, supermarkets and companies that use office working, are trying to figure out what all this means and how they respond to those measures in different ways. Our staff team and our elders and our leaders have been reviewing how our gatherings over the last few weeks have been going and been talking about what our plan should be for the next few weeks as we respond to that new guidance. We've been learning, we've had some great feedback from what we've been doing on site over the last few weeks, and it's been great to have people there with us. It's been great to be able to do some on-site youth work, some small toddlers groups and so on, whilst maintaining social distance for everybody's safety. And there are, though, also some things that we've really missed that have been and continue to be difficult, including things like congregational singing, which we miss so much. And we're also aware that there are still lots of challenges in our society that COVID is bringing, including a rapid rise in infections right now and in the numbers of people being required to self-isolate and all the disruption that that brings. And we all recognise, I think, don't we, that this is still a very fluid situation and that we're going to need to continue reviewing and evolving our practices and processes and monitoring how things are changing as we move forward. But for now, we've decided that over the summer, we'll continue to do what we have been doing for the last few weeks since we've been back on site. So we will still be asking people to book in if you want to come and be a part of our on-site congregation on a Sunday. That will still be required. We will still be maintaining social distance in our seating arrangements to keep everybody safe and in our coming in and going out of the building. We will also be requiring that we continue to wear masks unless we have a medical exemption, and that will apply to all the things we do in our church building, not just Sundays, including the mask wearing, the social distancing and so on. Now, we are delighted to be able to announce that the changing restrictions do allow for congregational singing to resume. And so we're going to be allowing singing in our live stream congregation on a Sunday morning for people who are there on site. And we think that's really exciting news and a significant step forward. And that is something I think that we've all been missing, and we're really looking forward to being able to do again, provided we're all still wearing those masks. We're also going to be looking at increasing the capacity limits we've set so that more people can come and join in on site. At the moment, that's 30 people, and we're going to look at ways that we can increase that whilst still maintaining the 2 meters of social distancing. And I want to just reiterate that even now, and even more so if we're able to increase capacity, there are no limits to the number of times that you can book in on a Sunday. So let me just say that again. Now, and it has been for the last few weeks, there are no limits to the number of times you can book in on a Sunday. So if you want to come every week, if you want to come a couple of times a month, if you just want to come once a month, that's all fine. There are no limits to that. So you can come as often as you like. Now, we're also aware that our children and youth continue to be affected in significant ways by the whole pandemic. This Sunday, we've got our kids and youth activities going on again, as we've been doing over the last few weeks, every other Sunday. But this Sunday is the last time they'll be meeting before the summer break. And it's been our practice over the last few years to stop our children's and youth activities over the summer holidays, just to give our amazing children's and youth volunteers a bit of a break. However, and we are going to do that again this year, so there'll be no Sunday kids and youth activities as we have been doing, they won't be happening over the next few weeks of the summer holidays. However, there are some things still happening for children and youth over the summer. We are going to do another family live stream service on Sunday the 15th of August, which we did last Sunday with great success. So we are going to do that again. And there are some youth activity days that are happening over the summer. So please do check out the kids and youth information for all of that, because there are some great outward bound activities that our youth team in particular have been planning for this summer. So do encourage your young people to be involved in that. And then looking forward, we are going to be trying to work on plans to bring our CABC groups back in September at the same time that our live stream congregation happens, so that they can happen together at the same time, which will make it easier for parents and families. So we're trying to work on that, and we'll let you know more about that over the next few weeks. But that whole thing is going to evolve a little bit as the situation continues to evolve over the next month or two. Now, we're really aware that in a large church like ours, there'll probably be all kinds of different views on how we should respond. Some would just like us to throw open the doors, now the legal restrictions are being removed, to throw away the masks and just to crack on. Others would prefer us to take a more cautious approach than maybe even we're proposing. However, at the moment, this feels to us like the appropriate course as things begin to evolve and change, and as we see what happens as the legal restrictions are removed in the rest of society. There's a really helpful article on the Evangelical Alliance website that one of our staff team found, advising how churches should be responding to the new changes, and I thought this quote was really helpful. As we emerge from the pandemic, let's make grace our primary value. As churches take different steps, we need to show compassion and understanding as people wrestle through the implications and come to differing conclusions. Let's celebrate that we can worship together again more freely, but also continue to love and care for our neighbour. Our churches have become beacons of welcome and hope for so many in our communities. As our society continues to embrace life post-pandemic, our prayer is that we continue to show the world how to honour, value and be gracious to all those around us, whatever that might look like. I thought that was fabulous and really encapsulated the spirit of our discussions with staff, elders and leaders over the last few days about how we move forward, and with the sense we've got about how we might proceed over the next few weeks. We continue to be so thankful for your love and support and for all the amazing work that so many of you are doing to help us all stay connected and do all the things that we've been doing, that God's been using to bless so many people.